Hey guys, well, as you can see, I've got a new vise. I've been wanting to do this vise upgrade for a long time. I actually purchased two of these vises for the linear rail conversion a while back. These are the Tegara 440V, or at least the original two I purchased were Tegara 440V. This one, they've rebranded it, and I'm assuming this is the manufacturer that originally made these for Tegara's, but it's Tegara 440V. And I was going to just take one of the ones I'd already purchased for the linear rail conversion and throw it on the Precision Matthews, but I wasn't quite sure if they were exactly the same. And you want to make sure that you get a matching set so that if you're running two vices, they'll be equal. So I have the ones for the linear rail conversion, and I wanted to upgrade the original machines here. Now this is a Tegara's milling vise. This is a 4-inch vise as well. But this 440V will give you a 6-inch opening that you can put 6-inch stock in, which comes in really handy. Now with the old vise, I would have to move the vise jaws to the outside to get the wider 6-inch stuff. But with this one, it should be able to fit between the jaws, so that's going to be really nice. As you can see, it's substantially larger than just a plain milling vise. And it's been 4 or 5 years since I've converted the Precision Matthews, and originally this was a cheap, inexpensive way to get going. This vise here runs around $70, $75 versus $2.99 for the 440V, so it's quite a bit more expensive. But with that, you get more precision, you get the larger opening, it's substantially larger, and a lot more precision and precise vise than just a plain milling vise. So today we're going to be putting this in, and the 440V comes with these vise keys, and they're for 1/2-inch slots. So the Precision Matthews has 12mm slots, so I took some bar stock, and it's 1/2-inch by 3/8 inch tall bar stock, and I made some keys myself. And I went into Fusion 360 and I drew this up. So let's go take a look at that now. Alright guys, so here we are in Fusion 360. I'm going to just design quickly a pair of vise keys for the Tegara's 440V. Now it comes with a pair of 3/8 inch by 1/2-inch vise keys to go in the slot here. However, the Precision Matthews has 12mm slots. You can machine the ones that it comes with down, but I bought a piece of 1/2-inch by 3/8 bar stock, and I'm just going to machine some 12mm ones for my particular mill. Now I've got 3 of these 440Vs, so I'm going to machine 3 sets. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to draw a box. And it's going to be 0.787 by 0.5. Computer's a little slow here. And it's going to be 0.375 tall. So here's our vise key. And then next we're going to just put a hole in the center here. Alright. Alright. What kind of hole do we have? So we have a counter bore hole. This is going to be 0.212. This is going to be 0.354. this is going to be 0.197. Okay. And this distance here can be, let me just go all the way through here. All right. Pretty simple and straightforward. One last thing here. Let's see. Okay. Let's do this on the front side here. .787, and then this is point. All right, there we go. Now I realize this is off center, but that's okay because we'll just use the front side here and push it up against our slot, and that'll just kind of lock it in. So we should have this 12 millimeters. Which we do, and that should work out nicely. Now the depth of our groove is 0.2, so I've got it 0.188, so this should be a little bit below our groove, and so that shouldn't interfere. And that's it. Now I have a piece of bar stock, and I need to machine 12 of these. So what I'm going to do is model these together, I guess. Gotta select the body, Sam. Okay, we went the wrong way. Let's try 1 there and 6 here. Alright, Sam. See what we got. I just want to leave a little small space in between them. See how that's going to work out, because I'm just going to come back and saw curve it. Just hit it with a bandsaw, and then I'll clean up the edges after I do that. Might need to leave a little bit more than that. Alright, that might be good. Let's see if we can machine this. Our stock here. Okay, I don't want to leave any extra. There we go. That should be good. We can set it up in the center there. That'll be fine. Right, and for our first operation, we'll do drilling. Select same size. Select stock top. There we go. Make sure we get all the way through. Okay. Go down just a little more. Okay. I always like to use the deep drilling myself, but then next we're just going to do our counter bore. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch end mill. Slow that down a little bit, I think. I will leave it. Alright. Then I want to do contour here. We're going to use the same end mill. Let's try that. Alright, so now we can go out to the Precision Matthews. We can machine these out. Then I'll come back and just cut each individual one with the bandsaw. And we'll clean up the ends. Doesn't have to be pretty, it just needs to be functional. So let me post my G code here. Alright. Alright, so it's a 1/2 inch by 3/4 by 3/8 by 6 inch bar, and we're going to have our 0 in the center there. Alright, I'm going to post this G code. Alright. I always like to move to a position out of the way so I can get to my stuff. I always add an M5 at the end of my G code, and then it does this G53 G0, so I like to do G53 G0 minus Z minus 4.0. Now this is in machine coordinates. Then enter and then do a G0 X3 Y 2.5, and this just kind of moves the work to a position where I can actually get to it. Alright, so let's go out to the Precision Matthews and we'll take a look at this. Alright, so we've got the stock in there, we've got it all zeroed. We're going to start running our G code. That was 3,000 RPMs, 2.5 inches per minute there. Alright, now I've got a 1/4 inch 4 flute end mill. We're going to do our counter bore. It should be real good there, and so now I'll just come back and I'll just cut these with a bandsaw, and then we should have 3 sets there. So you can see the Vise keys weren't too difficult to make, so I didn't want to mess with the original ones just in case later on. These are hardened steel, so I didn't want to mess with them. So I just went ahead and machined them out of some bar stock. They work real nice. All it's going to do is just help me guide it into the slot. I'm going to have to use an indicator to square up the vise and indicate it anyway. So this just helps me get in the general area. So now I want to remove the old vise, clean up the table here, and we'll get the new one mounted. Alright, so let's take a look up underneath. If you guys remember, when I mounted this vise, which is, it's been quite some time ago, I don't take the vise off as often as I should and clean up under it, but let's see what it looks like. So you can see we got some corrosion there. Now the last time I mounted it, I put some of that chain wax on there, and other people recommended different things, but that's what I had at the time, so that's what I put on there. But I do definitely have some rust here where air got to the bed here, so we'll have to get all that cleaned up. But other than that, it still has a kind of a waxy film to it, but it's definitely washed off right there. And it's got a little corrosion. Everywhere else it's just kind of wiping up and just got a dark stain. So I'm going to get those chips out of there, and we'll get this, see if we can get this cleaned up. Alright, well you can see it cleaned up pretty good. I was a little concerned with that rust stain there, but I just took a Scotch-Brite and went over the whole table with some WD-40, and it came up, cleaned it off pretty good. It feels nice and smooth. Ideally, I would like to have like a table stone and go over it, but I think it this here is going to be okay. So now I just want to get it mounted. I've already wiped it off, made sure the bottom was clean. And get it about in the center of the table. Travels there. Let's see what we got. Hitting the quarter. Alright. It looks good there. Now, I had to purchase some 12mm T-bolts. These are actually about $13 a piece, $12.63 or something like that. Pretty expensive for McMaster car, but it's really what you need for mounting a vise, so you know, it's one of those things. And then I bought some flange nuts to cap it off. This is a nice flat machine surface here, so. Alright, so I'm going to get this dial indicator set up, and then we'll get this snugged down, and let's see what size that is. Okay, 19. And we'll get this tightened down and indicated. It looks like it's not really going to hang out too far, much further in the back. I do need to check. My other vise just barely cleared underneath the cover here, so I may have some interference there I need to worry about, but I'll check all that once I get it mounted, and we'll figure out what we're going to do if that is the case. Alright guys, well I got the vise mounted and I've got the indicator set up. I have indicated it in the X direction, so let's see what we've got. Actually, let me just see if we can do something like this. Alright, looks like it's about 1.01 millimeter off there. And it needs to come this way. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. We're dealing with 0.01 millimeter, so that's pretty fine adjustment there. It's like 0.00039, so about 4/10. But I think it looks good now. I think we're right in the ballpark there. Right on the mark there. And right on the mark there. So that looks really good. Of course, that's over 4 inches, so hopefully if we get something longer in there, it'll be good. Alright guys, well, I guess that wraps up this video. The fit and finish on this vise is really nice. I heard a lot of good things about these Tegara 440Vs, the 550. I believe Wyatt's running the 550 on his Precision Matthews, but I didn't want anything quite that big. The 4-inch seems to be working really well for me. The main concern I had was I wanted to be able to have something that was gave me the ability to get a 6-inch piece of stock in there, and I think this is going to do that for me. So I'm really happy with everything. Let's open this up. It feels really nice. The screw has a real smooth action. The problem with the way the mill's set up, I really don't have room for a speed handle, so I use a cordless drill, but I need to get a bigger socket now because this lead screw has a bigger hex portion on the nut here. Let's get it opened up and we'll just get a measurement so you'll have something accurate to see. Really feels really smooth, real nice action here. Paperwork, I think it says 6 inches for this opening, but I want to measure it and actually see what you got. Alright, that's all the way right there. It's all the way open. So let's see what we actually have. Alright, so it looks like about 6 1/4. That's really awesome. Really happy with that. Yeah, it looks like, just eyeballing it here, it looks like 6, maybe 6 and 5/16, something like that. So really, that's really cool. Alright, so I'm going to do some more checking here. Going to check this face and check down this edge here. I'm not sure if this is machined at a right angle to the jaw face or not, but I'm just going to check and see what we got and go from there. Alright guys, well, just a quick video. I was pretty excited. I got my new vise and it's been a long time coming. I mean, I've waited it's been like 5 years since I've been running the Precision Matthews, and I've always wanted to get this vise, so this is a really nice upgrade. The parts that are coming off the Precision Matthews now are really starting to come around, and so I felt like this would only make things better if I got a nice solid vise. So I decided to go ahead and upgrade. Now listen guys, my original vise is still really serviceable, and what I'd like to do is, if somebody wants this vise and can use it, it'll save them, you know, a few bucks, get you started. If you're interested in my old vise, shoot me an email, and if you pay the shipping, I'll ship it to you. It'll probably, I'm not sure what the shipping will run, maybe 20-30 bucks, but a large flat rate box, if it'll fit in there, I think it'll ship for like $22 or something. But if you're interested in this vise, it's got some wear on it, but it's still very serviceable. Shoot me an email and I'll be happy to send it out to someone who really could use it. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. If you're new to my channel and you're just tuning in, click on the subscribe button down below. That way when I post a new video, they'll send you a link, and if it's something you're interested in, you can stop by and check it out. As always guys, please feel free to ask questions, make suggestions, and leave comments. Stay tuned to next week's video where we're going to continue on with the Y-axis for the linear rail conversion. Thanks for watching guys. Please subscribe, and most importantly, be safe.